If you're watching this video, the odds are that you aren't actually stuck on finding the next perfect strategy. You aren't truly held back by a lack of access to a funded account that promises to change your life forever. The reality is much closer to home. You are stuck inside your own head. Your mindset is currently fragmented, and until you resolve the internal chaos in your mental space, trading will not only feel impossible, it will actually be impossible. However, the moment you can declutter and reprogram your mind, trading transforms into something effortless. That is the fundamental shift we are exploring today. I have spent years navigating the markets and coaching other traders. The single greatest differentiator between those who remain unprofitable and those who find success, including my own personal transformation, is never a strategy found on YouTube. It isn't an automated bot purchased for $75, a 500-page PDF, a specific indicator, or a shiny new course. It is the mental game. It is the psychology and the foundational mindset. In this deep dive, I want to show you how to rewire your brain to fix your trading psychology, which, as it turns out, often fixes your psychology in life as well. The connection. Between life and the markets, when I finally mastered my trading mindset, I was stunned by how much it applied to my daily existence. Changing the way I handled the markets changed the way I handled reality, leading to success in my other businesses and making me a significantly happier person. Many of you feel trapped in your heads, perhaps feeling like you never quite fit in with the world around you. You want more from life, but your current environment is suffocating. You are told how to act, where to go to school, and why you must work a 9-to-5. In your heart, you know you don't belong on that path, yet you continue to go through the motions. It feels like gears clashing together. Your internal drive is pulling one way while society pushes the other. Unlocking your potential requires you to break away from those clashing forces. You have to dismantle the limiting beliefs that both you and others have placed upon your life. Reprogramming my mind was the ultimate game changer for me, allowing me to finally align my head with my goals. Lesson 1. Detachment and extending timelines. This video is different from my usual technical breakdowns. We aren't looking at charts or mechanical rules. We are talking about a full-scale neurological rewiring. The very first step I took to improve my life and my trading was to detach myself from immediate results and drastically extend my timelines. Most people learn a new skill, try it once, and immediately label themselves a failure when they don't get instant results. They throw their hands up and decide that the critics were right, returning to a life of depression at a job they hate. You have to realize that any skill, whether it's trading, life lessons, or playing the piano, requires time to mature. If I took a 1-hour lesson on Beethoven and then tried to play a masterpiece, I would be terrible at it. Trading is no different. Growth comes from detaching your identity from initial losses and realizing those losses are actually the soil in which growth is planted. Even at my level, where people look to me as a mentor, I still take losses. The difference is that I view every L as a lesson and an opportunity for refinement. You should actually encourage these early mistakes. As a new trader or entrepreneur, your biggest mistakes lead to your most significant growth spurts. Once you make a massive error and learn never to repeat it, you leapfrog ahead of everyone else. I've had a difficult week myself. I'm down $67,000 after losing 2 trades. However, I understand that those losses are the ante I must pay to the market to have the chance to capitalize on future opportunities. If I didn't take the risk, I'd never get the reward. We have to remove our egos and stop being afraid of what people think of our failures. Lesson 2. Accountability and the death of complaining. The second lesson is blunt. You have to stop acting like a victim. It is one thing to acknowledge a mistake and learn from it, but sitting around moaning, groaning, and complaining about it is a complete waste of time. What has happened in the past is done. It infuriates me when people dwell on their trauma or blame past events for their current lack of success. Guess what? It already happened. You cannot change it. The only thing that matters is what you do in the present to set up your future. Everyone has problems, but successful people are those who push through the hardship instead of using it as a crutch. When I had a negative $2,000 balance and was buried in debt, I didn't blame my situation. I got off my ass and asked how I could fix it. You might be in a shitty position right now, and for that, I'm sorry. But you are the only one who can change the trajectory. Stop pointing fingers at your parents, your environment, or your luck. Every action you have taken since the day you were born has contributed to exactly where you are sitting right now. That sounds harsh, but it's actually the most empowering thing you can hear. If you are the reason things are bad, you are also the only one who has the power to make them great. The moment you take 100% responsibility for your life is the moment you finally take control of your future. Drop the ego, stop complaining, and decide that you are the one who determines what happens next. Lesson 3. The perfectionism trap. Third, you must abandon the quest for perfectionism. I am naturally a perfectionist too, but I've realized that perfectionism is almost always just procrastination in disguise. People wait for the perfect moment, or the perfect setup to start their dreams. Think about how many kids want to be astronauts or pro athletes. But by high school, they've settled for a safe job because they were waiting for the right time to go all in, and that time never came. I have a personal example of this. When I was a senior in high school, I was doing well in crypto and put a down payment on a Tesla Roadster. I told my cameraman that I wanted to start a YouTube channel when the car arrived so the first video could be a cinematic high-production masterpiece. That was 5 years ago. The car still hasn't been released, and I wasted 2 years waiting for that perfect start. When I finally did start, my first video wasn't cinematic at all. It was just a simple trade recap. Imagine where I would be now if I had started the day I had the idea instead of waiting 2 years for a car. I would have helped so many more people. You are currently living in the past of your future successful self. Think about what that future version of you wishes you were doing right now. They wish you had started today. There will always be hurdles and roadblocks, so you might as well start navigating them now. Lesson 4. Aligning life and trading habits. Number 4 is about building discipline through habits that span both the markets and your personal life. I noticed a reverse effect where my trading habits actually began to dictate my life habits. I tell my students that you cannot be undisciplined in your personal life, eating junk food, skipping workouts, breaking promises to yourself, and then expect to be perfectly disciplined when you sit down at the charts. It doesn't align. If you want to be consistent in trading, you must be consistent in your life. When I am disciplined with my diet and my trading results almost always follow a positive trend. You can't be an emotional wreck in your relationships and expect to be a pillar of stability in a volatile market. Your life and your trading are correlated. It sounds like a lot of work to fix both at once, but the reward is a life where you look better, feel better, and perform at a higher level. Taking action in a primed market. I can't reach through this screen and physically rewire your brain for you. I can provide the blueprint, but you have to take the action. We are currently entering a period, potentially the next 3 to 4 years, where market conditions are going to be some of the best we've seen in our lifetimes. Whether you like the political climate or not, the economy and the markets are the priority right now. Years from now, we will look back at this window of time and either be glad we took advantage of it or deeply regret that we didn't do more. I've laid out a complete framework for how to learn to trade, fix your psychology, and master risk management. Whether you choose to work with me or just learn from my free content, the most important thing is that you stop winging it. Go through my free course, learn about confluences, and understand the mental game. I started this channel to give away the value I wish I had when I was struggling. Hopefully, this video has brought you one step closer to that breakthrough. Apply these lessons, take responsibility, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.